that UBI shit, it pisses me the fuck off because now it's them saying it because they're gonna go, yeah, we'll give you this, so you have no means to work out up the ladder, which is the American idea, right? You can pick yourself up by the bootstraps, but now they're going, we're the guys that hold the ladder. We're gonna give you what we give you, and you have to make it. We're the overlords.
Yeah.
That's why they like UBI now. They want to be the guys that got everything.
Yeah.
And everybody else is just their lackeys.
Yeah. They want you to pick yourself up by the bootstraps, but you don't have any money to buy the fucking boots. And that's the problem. That is the problem. Do you ever find it interesting? Because I know you're a movie guy too. I'm an 80s baby. Grew up I was born in 1981. And so I've seen a lot of these movies from the 80s and 90s where they were talking about the future, which is right now. And it was fucking slums.
Yeah.
Slums. Poor people on top of poor people on top of poor people. And that's what it's become. This is the world we live in. They said New York, just New York City alone, obviously up until Mamdani, New York City is ranked 287th out of 287, whatever it is, fucking cities, for like having a life, like quality of life.
That's what I was trying to living, right?
Yeah, and it's like, well, how is it New York? It's not New York City's problem. It's the politicians that have run the city. It's the big banks. It's the big corporations. That's what America is founded on. Taking advantage of lesser educated people, less financially solvent people. It is just, you're breaking our backs.
Yeah.
And AI is going to be the downfall of this country. And I'll go one step further with this. Like we keep trying to compete with China. China put their AI data centers in the goddamn ocean. And you know what? Listen, if you want to have AI, great. Put it in the Atlantic. Put it in the Pacific.
Pay for
Put
that.
it in the Gulf of Mexico.
And your companies pay
wherever.
For that.
Yeah.
Don't fucking take contracts with our tax dollar to pay for these fucking corporate overlord fucking fuck faces.
Yeah.
Buildings and shit. And they're the ones that are reaping it all.
I genuinely think, how I see this post-Trump thing, I think there's going to be a very weird period of time. And I am grateful enough for my past experiences, living very different lives than I do now, to be able to survive. I love that movie, The Purge. I love the movie The Purge. I used to joke around. I was like, thank God The Purge isn't a real thing, because everybody's going to go for the fucking MTA in New York City.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think there's going to be some form of major reckoning.
I look for tellable stories that are physically tellable, and from a plot point of view, that which is at least pliable.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Life Plot with Mario Benitez. Man, we're here on another fucking awesome week, man. Hope everybody's doing well. Enjoying the journey as much as you can while the world is in flames. This week, I have another guest with me, man. And it's a fellow comedian, somebody I met, well, man, I want to say maybe 9 years ago when I was first getting started at like Standup New York, when it was still on like 78th Street and shit. Yeah, man, we were fucking hitting up open mics at the very beginning of this comedy journey. And I remember when I saw him, I was like, yo, this guy looks like a badass relief pitcher, man. He looks like he throws the most strikeouts in the 8th and 9th inning. But yeah, man, I brought him on because he's somebody like myself who likes to bring a lot of elements of what we see in the political climate and what we see in society into our stage acts, you know? So, yeah, I just want to introduce my homie, Ralph Anthony.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Hell yeah.
What's up, Ralph?
Thanks, Mario. Thanks for having me, man. This
dude.
Is super dope, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's, makeshift, but...
Hey, man, listen, you wanted me to come on to the podcast. You asked me to do it, and that's humbling, man. You got to be grateful for it. I'm just happy to be here.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for fucking joining me,
yeah,
man.
Son.
How's everything with you, man? How's life and how you enjoying the chaos of everything right now?
I mean, listen, I tell everybody, if you ask me how my day is going, I give everyone the exact same answer. I fucking woke up
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, I think because of how crazy things are out in the political climate, and then just like people always wanting to get the next thing, the new thing, the best thing, this thing, that thing. And it's like, just be happy that you fucking woke up. Like, that's the greatest gift of all. Like, just be happy that you are breathing and you got 2 feet on the ground, man. So that's honestly, that's how I'm doing, man.
Yo, it's like where there's life, there's hope, right? Because like,
That's all you got, man. I got a hoodie that says Hope Dealer.
yeah,
And that shit is fly as hell, man.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that's what we gotta be out here, man. Because everything seems so daunting sometimes.
It is, yeah. Well, it seems daunting because there's no reprieve. Like,
Yeah.
it's in your face 24/7. You don't get a mental break, and so, last summer I did a 2-week social media detox. I didn't go on. I didn't read the news for 2 fucking weeks. And while it seemed scary, it felt very relieving. Like, I was in upstate New York. I was hiking in the mountains. Like, I was eating mushrooms. Like, I was fucking in my own little universe, man. My little cocoon of just basic living. And it felt amazing.
It kind of shows you because, like, you know, I've spoken about this too. Like, so often we have things like we all do have our own bubbles, right? And in life,
Yeah.
right? And the things that are tangible to us.
Sure.
But I guess because of technology now, so much is influencing our bubbles that we live in
Yeah.
from the outside world.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about that, right? You really can't.
I mean, they say that you can adjust your algorithm and adjust the things that you want in your feed, but then you're just creating your own little bubble.
Yeah.
And so if you like one thing that's not in your normal sphere of influence, that's going to come in there, and you don't know what else is going to come in. And so they just slip these like little fucking social Trojan horses into your feed. And before you know it, you went from creating one bubble to creating another bubble. And then it becomes like a Venn diagram. And you're like, can I just get something in the fucking middle? Like, just let me live.
Bro,
let me live.
If you go to like my social like media feed, it's like you'll be like, oh, this guy loves science. He's really interested in politics from both the left and right perspective.
Yeah.
And he loves big booty Latinas. It's like, I mean, that's just all my. I'm like, damn, you like one thing, and that's all it floods it with.
Yeah, dude, I've been a comic for a while now, and my feed, if I get stand up in my feed, that's wild. Like, it is just all politics. It is political news, fitness routines, workout plans, healthy eating, and just like a boatload of spiritual stuff. Like, I get a ton of Alan Watts stuff.
Yeah.
And then like, yo, astrology. I love astrology. I'm going on the record.
You fuck with it?
Yeah, man. I fucking wear beads. I have crystals.
Yeah.
I have stones at home. I meditate twice a day. I light incense. I got Palo Santo. Like,
yeah.
Dude, when I go back home, I'm originally from upstate New York, Hudson Valley, like New Paltz area. And one of my favorite things to do in the summertime is to go into Lake Minnewaska, go up into the Mohawk Mountains, and just meditate on the fucking edge of a cliff.
Yeah.
Like, that's my shit. And everything is all connected. We were born out of stardust. So the fact that people make fun of astrology, which is the science, it's like, it's all part of the cosmos, man. We're all interconnected.
I think that shit is interesting because I'm like, I love astronomy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really into astronomy. Like, I'm like a fucking dweeb with that. Like,
hey,
I
Captain
love
Hubble.
Yeah. So I'm always like keeping my mind on like what like NASA James Webb is searching for, and like just everything about it, from, and even like quantum mechanics has always interested me, you know? So when I hear people like with astrology, like, I guess it's like almost anything, because I get to where people get to those understandings in a different route.
Yeah.
And I think we all kind of sort of get to these places and like kind of feel like, especially if you feel like a spiritual connection to like, whether it's the cosmos, some type of order in the fucking universe, or just anything, even religious aspects and all these things. Everybody tries to get to these answers in different routes.
Yeah.
But the problem, like, and I don't know if it's a problem, but it does suck when people think my way is the way only.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me. Like, It's
Yeah,
like, and I think it's funny because that's even, I've read this before that there's like radical Buddhist.
I
Like,
can believe
how
that.
could you
Yeah.
be a radical Buddhist? It's like, yo, isn't that
Yeah.
crazy? But
Well, it's one of those things where I remember hearing this in a George Carlin special where he was like, more people have been killed in the name of God than anything else in the entire history of civilization.
yeah,
So I mean, it makes sense where it's like we are so dead set on this is the right way, this is the path, and I feel like especially with religion and spirituality, people sometimes have blinders on where they can only see what's in front of them. But to be truly enlightened, there's no blinders. It is everything is open and you're egoless and you're just floating through life accepting everything that's coming, like you know um you don't really have bad situations or good situations. They just are situations, and it's your perspective that makes them bad or good and right or wrong, and you have to be accepting of other people. Like that's really what I've learned. And dude, I've been into this stuff for probably, I would say in the start of COVID, I hit on some childhood trauma and then just like double down on therapy, double down on meditation, double down on journaling, and that was it. And so for the last fucking 6 years, dude, I've just been trying to float and live my life on like a higher plane of existence.
yeah. I got there through, and it seems goofy, but I got there through mushrooms, and like kind of
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
and really respecting what it could do, never taking it in the party sense and whatnot. And
Sure.
like, it took me to that understanding where you said, like, kind of like removing the blinders,
Yeah.
where I'm more of like accepting of what things are and what I am in the
Yeah.
world, and like not always thinking that I'm right about things, and knowing when I am wrong. That's
Yeah.
something I had to learn too. That's like
Yeah.
an ego thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's one of those things where it takes I was gonna say one thing, and then as soon as I started to talk, it's something else. Where it's like, like when you go bowling and they put the bumpers. The
yeah,
bumpers are your blinders, where you don't see anything else. You're afraid to go into the gutter. You're afraid to be this place, that place. It's like the mushrooms just take everything out. They take
yeah,
anything and everything out, and you should be open to experiences. That's the whole point of life. It's like was what we were talking about before. Your life could be crumbling, and people will have this thinking where like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening to me. This is the worst thing ever. This is happening to me. No, it's happening for you. You have to be responsible enough and conscious enough to realize that you're going to be okay no matter what goes on. This is part of your path. And I don't care if you believe in Allah, God, Buddha, whoever. There is just a universal spirituality that I mean, this universe, this Earth, it's billions of years old.
yeah,
Like, there's an energy that's here. So just be accepting that this is happening for you,
yeah.
and just go with the flow. Be like water. Be like in a flow state.
And I think about that too. How like we're amongst it for even such a brief moment. And
That's
it's
it.
like, and then if you look at the numbers, like the probability within like even being born and your genetic makeup to make you,
Yeah.
like, dude, the numbers are crazy. I can't even do the math. It's like, and for the billions of years to get to where you are, and
Yeah.
then you don't appreciate certain things, even
Yeah.
like the rough moments. It's kind of being like, it's ungrateful to the experience.
Yeah. I two things to what you were saying. I just read this week that if you looked at the entire existence of this Earth, of this beautiful blue planet, if you looked at the human experience in the history of this world, and it was on a 24-hour time clock, humans would only be here at 11:59.
Yeah.
Like that's it. It's so small.
Yeah, we're so like at the back end
Yeah.
of when this universe has been in creation.
Yeah. I mean, the most growth you're ever going to go through are during the times when your life is falling apart. Like 3.5 years ago, I went through a life-changing breakup. I got dumped on FaceTime. 3 days after I almost died in a car accident.
Wow.
I never really got a reason. I never got anything. And I tried to drive my car off a fucking bridge. And all of a sudden, all this traffic came down the highway out of nowhere. I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I remember coming across, it was like Route 24. I was going to drive this rental off the bridge into the Tennessee River. And all of a sudden, I go to turn, and I could feel I go to turn the wheel, and like one car came, and another car came, and another car came, and another car came, and before I knew it, I was across the bridge. And so it's like having appreciation for that moment where your life is falling apart, and you have to realize that you're part of something that's so much bigger than what you are. You know, like your existence, all these moments are meant to grow you in a way that you were uncomfortable to grow. And I think that's the cool part when you really dig into like the spirituality of life, where it's like the most beautiful moments come out of the darkest periods.
Yeah.
You know, it's a season. And so they always say it's a season of whatever. But seasons come and go.
Oh, that is true, man. That is fucking true. Let me ask you something, because you know, I've gotten down in the, you know, I've gotten to moments where I felt like, you know, I've always had this push through attitude, no matter what. I have like even when I face like moments like when I was in the house, I almost died, you know.
I remember, we've talked about this. So,
and I had this like, yo, fuck you, death. Like, you need to come for me.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have a 1D with it. Like, I've always had that attitude, but I've been at the place where I'm like, yo, it's over too. What do you think like helped you through that? Was it just the connecting more spiritually to everything, or like what was like the?
I mean, if I look at that one situation, it was going from the most beautiful experience. It was the day I got into that first car accident, the day after I recorded my album. Like, I could never. A comic builds their entire comedy career. One of the huge milestones is recording your first album.
Yeah.
And I never got to enjoy it. I never got to enjoy my first album. Like, it was just marred by just negativity. And I think with having to go through that high to the immediate low the next day, to getting myself back to going even further than I ever was before, it's looking at death and having an appreciation for it. There was an app I found years ago. I forget what it was called, but it would give you prompts like, hey, you're going to die. Because we take everything for granted. And that's why I say I woke up today. That's a huge gift. People keep going to the next thing that they want, or focusing on the things that they can't control, or focusing on what's going wrong. And it's like, you're going to die anyway.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Rocket till the wheels fall off.
Yes.
Right?
I mean, like, dude, I overdosed twice in my 20s. I was on the verge of death, and I was by myself in an apartment in Albany, having snorted 11 grams of coke in like 18 hours, 20 hours, something fucking ridiculous. I had been up for like 3 days, dude, after that. And I remember trying to go to sleep, and when I closed my eyes, it was whiter than that wall. Like, all I saw was white light. And I almost died in that. I almost died those 2 times. I almost died in a car accident. Like, I almost tried to take my own life. Like, it's not so much saying fuck you to death, but it's like, if it comes, it's going to come. And so you have to appreciate today. Like, I could leave here and die. I could get, you know, whatever.
It won't be my fault, bro.
It's definitely not going to be your fault. Not without wearing your glasses, that's for sure.
Nah, you wear my glasses and you walking into something, bro. You walking into a manhole.
Like, it's just, you could say fuck you, but it's also like, hey, you know, if it comes, it comes. But you have to have, I think it's having an appreciation for life on the minuscule daily level, than as opposed to saying fuck you to death. Like, you never know. You might come back. There might be something bigger and beautiful. You might go to a different place where you go to a different realm where you get blowjobs, you know,
the afterlife
3 times a
Just
day.
constant-
Yeah, you know,
blowjob land.
well, they say three
Yeah.
meals a day. Maybe it's
Yeah.
3 blowjobs
That'll
a
be
day.
fucking-
Like that's you never
That's
know.
my heaven, bro.
You know,
Like-
you could be like Donald Duck or Scrooge McDuck and swim in a sea of fucking millions. Like who knows?
Do you think there is an afterlife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
What would you think is the most that makes the most sense of this going to some other place? Because I do have like when you hear about like so you hear about quantum theory and whatnot and like
Yeah.
the many worlds theory.
Yeah.
And you know how in mathematically and in physics it makes sense.
Sure.
So when you kind of experience these moments, whether it's through psychedelics or you're in dream states where you feel like, oh, you know, and neuroscience could explain things like fucking deja vu and whatnot.
Sure.
But sometimes you feel like, yo, something this has happened. You have a dream.
Yeah.
You feel like that there's different lives that you could tap
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
So I feel like that there makes sense to something being like, you know, you're just a one timeline of like many.
I
Like,
couldn't agree
I
more.
don't know if it'll go like if you go into another timeline or if you go into a different, you know, dimension or anything. I don't know if that
Yeah.
exists. Maybe this is just what it is, you know,
Yeah.
for us right now.
Sure.
But I could feel like it makes sense that like in infinite cosmos, there's infinite possibilities
Yeah.
of you and me and everybody.
Yeah. I think I think there are multiple timelines. And when you have that sense of deja vu, it's timelines that are touching each other.
Yeah.
They're not overlapping, but they're just brushing up against each other. And so you get that reverb. I heard something a while ago where it says everybody died in 2020.
Yeah.
We all died in 2020, and this is just another timeline. And that's why it feels with Trump like it's so fucked up in this world where you're like, what timeline is this? What are we on? What lessons? And that's the thing. So I read this book called Many Lives, Many Masters. I read it a year ago, and it's like one of those books that changes your fucking perspective. And it was a woman, it was written in the 70s with a psychiatrist who had this woman who was going through all these ailments. Like, she had a fear of being in the dark. She had a fear of drowning in the shower or in a bathtub. Like she would, when she would sleep, she would have these vivid dreams about she was choking. And so he couldn't figure it out. And after months and months and months and months of therapy, there was no resolution. So as a last ditch resort, he did hypnosis. And come to find out, this woman had lived like fucking 87 or 86 different physical existence. And I mean, I'm going back to like Mesopotamia days, like way, way back.
She's writing in cuneiform and shit.
Dude, she
was writing fucking
yeah,
chiseling tablets.
but that's the thing. And so
Yeah.
he would talk to her during these periods, and she would be that physical existence. And she talked about there was a great flood and she drowned in the flood, where she died by being choked in battle. Like, and the thing of it is while you live these different lives, it could all change. You could be a man, you could be a woman, you could be white, you could be black, you could be gay, you could be straight, you could have all these different aspects. And I think that's the beauty of life, where it's like your perspective is molded in this present existence based on all your past life experiences. And so like, I want to do a past life regression. Like, I feel like that shit would be super dope. I don't want to eat mushrooms before I go because I think it would fuck me up. But like, I definitely want to do that because I genuinely believe that you're put on this earth for a very specific reason, to use the gifts that the universe has instilled in you, but also to learn from the mistakes your past lives have made. And, I'm going through something right now, and it's like, is this something I'm supposed to be learning about, or is it something that this other person's supposed to be learning? And so those are the things where you dig down deep and you're like, there is not enough fucking weed in the world to make sense of any of this.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it, right? Because like I'm saying, like we all get to certain places through certain routes, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I understand how like there's even people like atheists that believe that they don't believe anything, that it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Sure.
But the math and the science is pointing to other shit itself. So the things, the logical belief, because I like to consider myself that I really try to at least live out the scientific method.
Yeah.
I've done all these mushrooms, and when I know there's something to spirituality,
Yeah.
because I felt it. I felt it when I was, like I said, when I went through what I went through. I've felt these things, you know?
Yeah.
And but I try to live logically, but even that, when you just go through the science and math and what it points to and what it says, it sounds more out there than anybody could write about some metaphysical stuff, or like it sounds so, to say like, if string theory and all this is true, we live on a plane of 11 dimensions, and there could be beings within higher dimensions that look down, but we can't look up. And it's like, and there's many worlds, and it's like, that don't sound out there.
Yeah.
And the math points to it. It's like, this shit, I don't think we can make sense of it all at all. I don't think that's the goal. I think it's just, we'll never be able to make sense of it all, I think.
Do you think that has a correlation to the fact that we only use 10% of our brains?
Yeah. I heard about
that. Like the higher percentage of your brain function, the more capacity you have in your brain, the more you're able to absorb and take on, and like the higher level of existence. So what you're saying is like, we can't look up because we're not mentally able to. We don't have that brain power. But once you ascend to the next level, then you can look down and be like, oh, I see you, but you don't see me. It's like it's like a cop mirror.
Yeah. That's a way to make sense of it. And I think through our existence, but what the math and stuff says is just like dimensions tucked away within one another, Yeah. So like, it's just mathematically, you won't be able to look up. And it's because the way, we're in a 4-dimension existence in this universe, which is, height, width, depth, and space time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're like the way they break it down is like, if you're an ant living on if you're just a being living on a line in one dimension, you'll never be able to look up, and up is just another surface above you. We see that, but like, it's the way the math breaks it down. I don't think we'll ever be able to get to that, and I don't think it's about anything about our brains. I just don't think that's the way it works.
It's so fascinating to have these conversations, because I feel like sometimes people slip in these little fucking Trojan horses to make you think, like at the end of Men in Black, where it shows them the two aliens playing marbles, and each marble is the universe you're in. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. But then to take it one step further, I went to the planetarium last year and I got super stoned. And then there's this Tom Hanks exhibit, and you're fucking in this chair, you're looking up, and they show you going from, the Upper West Side to New York City, to New York State, to the United States of America.
And they keep zooming out.
Zooming out. And so then you go past Earth, and then you go past our galaxy, and then you go past the next galaxy. And then you see that it's just a sea of galaxies. Like it's like pulling apart a fucking Slinky, and you just see all these things that are all there, and you don't realize it. Because it's so far advanced. It's like so much.
You can't imagine it. You can't even do.
Cannot. You will have a psychotic break if you act like.
No, you really can't, because people can't even think. It's hard to think of numerical equivalents. To even things like a million or a billion.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. There's no way to really picture it. So to think that there's, in our observable universe, I think there's like over 500 billion visible galaxies. Jesus. And each one has about 200 to 300 billion sun-like stars.
Dang.
So
damn.
So you can't, and it's visible to us. We could do the cosmic microwave radiation. We could see it. We know we've done this. This ain't bullshit. People think this is bullshit. That this is this is what we
locked in with you right now.
We know what it is. We got the tools to measure it, and it's infinite. You know,
that's crazy.
It's funny because and there's these things like. So I have you been seeing all this shit about aliens lately? How like UFOs and UAPs, how they've been pushing it out.
Yeah, I look at it from two different lenses.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you mine because
Great.
I want to believe.
Yeah.
I know
Mm-hmm.
if you understand, biology, right?
Uh-huh.
And the chemical makeup of, you know, things that make life, right?
Okay.
It is in abundance throughout the cosmos.
Yeah.
So and if you look at the biodiversity just on Earth, bro, look at how many different things are living, right? When we think of aliens,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be me or you or something that's smart. It could be anything. It's life. So I know for a fact it's out there. But then I go, the distance is something that people are not aware of, bro.
Yeah.
Like the distance through space, like maybe I'm not saying there can't be a civilization that cracks, how to create a wormhole with a Dyson sphere that harnesses the whole power of a sun.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get there. Maybe there is civilizations that's gotten there.
Sure.
But I just know that the distances is the problem. And I don't know if civilization, if it goes the route that we've gone, how many times has man on this planet supposed to be extinct? Through wars, through famine, through who knows? Life could be in abundance out there, but it doesn't mean it could be as intelligent to get to where you traverse these distances.
Yeah.
So I'm in this place where like I believe it and then I don't, because it's like I see it from everybody in the government. Is like they call them whistleblowers, but they're not. When you're a whistleblower, like the motherfucking not Julian Assange. What was the other dude's name that he blew up the whole shit in the NSA? Citizen 4. You know what I'm talking about?
He's in Russia. He's hiding out in Russia.
That's a motherfucking whistleblower. Not Julian Assange. I forget.
No. That's the WikiLeaks guy. I think it's the WikiLeaks guy. No, this was Edward Snowden.
Snowden. Yes. He's a whistleblower.
Yeah.
He put his whole shit on the line.
Yeah.
Everybody else is going, oh, yeah, there's some stuff, but I can't say. It's like, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you're supposed to be respectable. You're not a whistleblower because you're leaking little shit. You're getting documents declassified. I can't stand that. It's the same government bullshit that I think is going on with almost everything. It's like, it's such a farce of government right now.
Well, and maybe that's why we haven't been able to ascend to the next level as a being, because we keep hiding all this information. It's like, that's the whole point of life, is to share the information. Once you have something, you have the knowledge. That's how civilizations have survived for thousands of years. I mean, you think the Aztecs...
Cooperation.
Yeah. You think the fucking Aztecs had technology to do that? No, they were writing these scribes down. I mean, like...
And then it kept... one thing helped it. That's another thing, too,
you gotta
right?
share knowledge in this world. That's the whole point of growing in, cooperating with one. I don't know.
Nobody should hold on to something like that.
No.
And this is another thing. If there are aliens on this planet and they are being a little sneaky and they don't want to show themselves, I don't trust them. You showing me behavior that is really conniving. You get what I'm saying? Like
I agree with what you're saying, but I also wonder if the reason why they're not visibly out there is because of the fact that they know that we're not intelligent enough to grasp the blessing of having this here.
Yeah, like I still feel like fuck that, man.
Well, also too, I mean, look at how listen.
I would be like, yo, man, you being cocky, bro.
Look at how we treat. I mean, listen, the comedian in me is looking at it from two angles, where it's like, how do we expect actual extraterrestrial aliens to visibly show themselves when we can't even accept the fact that we have we call immigrants aliens?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, I mean, it's a give and take. It's like, you want this, but you do this. You want this, you do, and I don't know, man.
That is true.
Let me tell you, if I was a fucking alien, I'd be hiding, especially if there was an alien here. Are you kidding me? You want Tom?
Where would you
hide,
though?
Ass? Me?
Yeah.
If I was an alien in this world now, Oh, I'd be up in the fucking mountains, man. I would go back.
There's a lot of cases in Brazil, bro.
I mean, in the
And
yeah, why not? The
yo,
fucking Amazon.
Brazil, I get that.
Yeah.
The ecosystem,
Yeah.
the ladies, I'd be there too, bro.
Man, I would go up to the Adirondacks. I go up to the Adirondacks.
Adirondacks is nice, bro.
Yeah.
Around here, yeah.
And there's not a lot of people.
Yeah, Adirondacks is dope, bro.
I would be, if I was an alien, I'd rather be in a colder climate than the fucking jungle. Not at all.
Yeah.
I'd be the first alien that dies from a fucking anaconda bite or whatever. Like,
Fucking
no.
steak took out.
Yeah, dude. I don't want to get
ET?
taken. Yeah, dude.
That's
I want to
fucking
phone home.
You try to chill. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you because I know you pay attention to a lot of politics and whatnot, especially right now. And I've been thinking about this. What do you think like the post-Trump and MAGA era looks like? What do you think happens to like? Because I kind of see what's going on right now, even with our like local elections.
Yeah.
I think in at least the Democratic Party, I think the winning route is fighting up for the working and poor of the country.
Yeah.
I think more people feel that, and for things like affordability. And I think, and there's this like stigma right now going on where even the Democrats are doing it to people in their own party that are winning and winning in abundant numbers. I mean, they're winning by large margins.
Yeah.
But it's just for the people that are winning are the people that are saying, yo, we want to spend our money here.
Yeah.
We want to try to work towards free healthcare.
Yeah.
We want the things that exist everywhere. And then you see both sides demonizing it, calling it, they that word, the isms, they always go, oh, it's socialism, it's communism.
Yeah.
Anytime it's for the people, the isms come out.
Yeah.
And people don't even know the difference of the isms,
Yeah. We're not smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the reason why our education is going down in this country.
It's like clickbait shit,
I call it rage bait because it's like you see certain posts and it's like just somebody holding a match to a can of gasoline. You're like, this is going to explode.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you feel like is like the post, Trump era of politics? Where do you think like the right is gonna go? You think there's gonna be? Because I don't think there's gonna be another candidate like that. I think he was the perfect storm post Obama.
Yeah.
To come along, the billionaire douchebag.
Yeah.
That everybody looked up to. I think it was like a real backlash for electing a black dude.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at how the country had gone up until Obama, it was just white guy after white guy after white guy. Who was it in the 80s? I think Christine Ferraro, Geraldine Ferraro, maybe.
I think was it Geraldine?
Geraldine Ferraro. She was the first female candidate.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she ran for president. I don't know. I think that the reason why Obama won because he came with an idea of hope, change. That's what people want. People want change. They get tired of the status quo and they go to change. And I think Obama just did it so well that people were like, "Holy shit, a black dude is saving this country," and they just couldn't mentally grasp it, and they fucking went after him for a tan suit, for a fucking birthright, like
for mustard,
yeah, everything
for the wackest shit ever.
Like, I don't think it gets much better than Obama. I think he was the pinnacle of our country and how well we were. I think post-Trump, I think it's going to be very much a lot of muddy water. The fact that people are both sides, right and left, Democrats and Republicans, you said they go after the isms, they go after socialism, communism. Well, what's the base root of these words? Community, social.
Yeah.
It's like, so people don't realize, and this is the problem with our country. We are not as educated as we should be. We lower the standards on testing so we can get this funding. And you're just lowering the standard and you're teaching for tests, not teaching for knowledge. Two of the greatest politicians in the history of the city and this country, Fiorello LaGuardia, he was a socialist, FDR, socialist. It was because of FDR's social campaigns that got us out of the fucking Great Depression.
Yeah.
Like, people are just dumb. And if you can't get on board with that thinking, maybe you shouldn't be here. You know, like, that's the thing. It's like, you want to take all these benefits and you want to try to exploit them for other people. And it's like, it just doesn't make sense, man. It's a great question. What do I think America would look like post-Trump, post-MAGA? I think there's going to be a lot of deconstruction and reconstruction. I think we have to really look at this political system that we have now and really make some drastic fucking changes. Because it doesn't matter whether you're on the right or the left. If you're poor, you're going to get fucked.
Yeah.
If you're middle class, you're going to get fucked. If you're in the 1%, you're going to be golden. And that cannot happen. You can't have the top 1% of people in this country controlling 99% of the wealth.
No.
Like, it's just not possible. And so what I think will happen is I think you're going to see an American version of Nuremberg. I think we have to do it.
I think that's the only way to have confidence in our government or our officials post this era.
Yes. And I want to take it one step further. We have to acknowledge what's going on right now. So these trials are key. We also have to acknowledge our gross, disgusting history. Yeah. That's the thing. People say America's favorite pastime is baseball. No, it's whitewashing our history. Like, there should be some kind of collective, some little tax, I don't know, whatever the fuck it is, in a reparations fund. Like, there has to be something like that. For 400 years, you're going to tell me that we oppress a people for 400 years and now we suddenly don't have money to offset all the fucking horrific damage that's been done? Get out of here. Get fucked.
Yeah, and it
like,
can be done. The thing that gets me mad, even if you don't go towards doing it fiscally, right? And even is that people don't even acknowledge it sometimes. And it's like, that is like, all right, you're not going to figure it out in the budget because you don't want to. Yeah. But you're still denying the real history. And like, this is something that pisses me off because I do think I think the way to fix when we move forward is to have trials. Yeah. And to make sure that people that ran amok over the last over the last decade or so do actually have to face justice. But I remember, like, people seem to always forget and go on to the next thing because people just don't hold people accountable. Like, even like what George Bush did, right? Yeah. With Iraq, we shouldn't have been in Iraq. Yeah. You know, I kind of understand going into Afghanistan immediately after 9/11, right? What happened? I don't know if I was the president, if I would have not started a war with that. Yeah. Maybe I would have. I would like to think no, but I think I would have gone after whoever I thought was harboring who was responsible for it. Yeah. But he went and caused Iraq. Yeah. It led to post 9/11 living, who's a direct correlation leading into what's going on in Iran right now. And it's like, and for some reason in my lifetime, it's been nothing but the Republican Party starting wars. Yeah. And then who comes into office? It's somebody that has some big ideas to help the people on a Democratic side. Yeah. Who you could say is different sides of the same coin, because they do have similar funding sometimes and lobbyists and all this shit from big fucking money and tech and all this shit. I get that. But what I'm saying is, it always seems like one party has left us in these holes, and then the other party got to come in and be the adult to clean it up. Yeah. And then we don't even give them a shot. So I feel like that's going to be another thing where it's like, how much of the hole has been dug now? And like, especially with oncoming AI, right? Yeah. How much money is going to be lost to people's, like, being able to make it? I don't know. I worded that pretty fucking terribly. No, but I mean, like, people aren't going to have a means anymore to make money in white or blue collar jobs.
It doesn't matter what color your collar is.
No,
You're
it's
gonna be
coming for
fucked.
everything.
Yeah. You know, Elon Musk said this a year ago or a year and a half ago, where he said that because of AI, there needs to be like a living wage, a living salary for people that live in this country. I don't see the benefit of AI. I never have. And quite frankly, I don't know if I will, because that's part of the human experience, is to learn, to grow, to share knowledge. The reason why there's a dumbing down of America is because we've all become self-reliant on automation. And this is not just, and I should backtrack that. It's not an American problem. It's a global problem. It's a civilization problem. We become too reliant on technology to do the things that we should be able to do as fucking adults, as humans. And if you're going to let AI come in and take over, I think that's a gross misappropriation of civilization. I saw an interview with these BlackRock executives, and they were talking about going into the private sector. They're going into our 401ks, our savings, our retirement plans to help fund AI, because there's not enough money to support it. And when you have companies that are going into different rural areas all over this country to set up AI data centers, and then it's sucking out the fucking water. There's not enough water for cities in Georgia, in Utah to survive. I've seen these videos. It's fucking gross, dude.
And it needs to be destroyed. I hate to sound like that guy and sound like radical in that sense, but fuck that, because what they're doing is literally poisoning towns.
Yeah.
And then the idea, like what you said about Elon Musk, right? So the UBI, Universal Basic Income, at one point was supposed to be was a good idea, because it was supposed to help subsidize a fair living.
Yeah.
Meaning that you would still, if you worked, you would have UBI to help you at least meet an equivalent of base level to be on the means of where you live. Like if you lived in New York and you made minimum wage, UBI will come in to help you reach at least being able to pay your rent. XYZ. But now guys like Elon Musk and these tech motherfuckers, Peter Thiel and all these fucking herbs. Herbs, by the way, bunch of fucking motherfuckers that should be stuffed in lockers. Fucking dweebs. They want to be the guy, but they're fucking dorks. Like, yo, you're a dork, bro. Just chill the fuck out. They want to be all the face of shit. You ain't the face of nothing, you fucking goofball. Anyway, but yeah, that UBI shit, it pisses me the fuck off, because now it's them saying it, because they're going to go, yeah, we'll give you this, so you have no means to work out up the ladder, which is the American idea, right? You can pick yourself up by the bootstraps, but now they're going, we're the guys that hold the ladder. We're going to give you what we give you, and you have to make it. We're the overlords. That's why they like UBI now. They want to be the guys that got everything. And everybody else is just their lackeys.
Like, they want you to pick yourself up by the bootstraps, but you don't have any money to buy the fucking boots. And that's the problem. That is the problem. Do you ever find it interesting? Because I know you're a movie guy too. I'm an 80s baby. Grew up I was born in 1981. And so I've seen a lot of these movies from the 80s and 90s where they were talking about the future, which is right now. And it was fucking slums. Slums. Poor people on top of poor people on top of poor people. And that's what it's become. This is the world we live in. They said New York, just New York City alone, obviously up until Mamdani, New York City is ranked 287th out of 287, whatever it is, fucking cities, for like having a life, like quality of life.
Quality
That's
of life,
what I was trying to
living, right?
And it's like, well, how is it New York? It's not New York City's problem. It's the politicians that have run the city. It's the big banks. It's the big corporations. That's what America is founded on. Taking advantage of lesser educated people, less financially solvent people. It is just, you're breaking our backs. And AI is going to be the downfall of this country. And I'll go one step further with this. Like we keep trying to compete with China. China put their AI data centers in the goddamn ocean. And you know what? Listen, if you want to have AI, great. Put it in the Atlantic. Put it in the Pacific.
Pay for
Put
that.
it in the Gulf of Mexico.
And your companies pay for
Wherever.
that.
Yeah.
Don't fucking take contracts with our tax dollar to pay for these fucking corporate overlord fucking fuck faces buildings and shit, and they're the ones that are reaping it all.
I genuinely think how I see this post-Trump thing, I think there's going to be a very weird period of time, and I am grateful enough for my past experiences living very different lives than I do now to be able to survive. I love that movie, The Purge. I love the movie The Purge. I used to joke around. I was like, thank God The Purge isn't a real thing because everybody's going to go for the fucking MTA in New York City.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think there's going to be some form of major reckoning. I mean, you have these alt-right groups that are now training, I mean, let's call it what it is. It's training straight white men to be soldiers. They're taking military people are taking normal people like me, training them on how to beat, hurt, and kill others. Because there's going to be a major revolution, and like whatever happens. It's a small percentage of people, but I think that, like I said, there's going to be a major reckoning, and I don't know how it's going to shake out, but I know that unless we acknowledge what's going on right now in the history of this country, we're never going to be able to get ahead. Like you look at Germany. Germany acknowledged the Holocaust and what they did to the Jewish people, the Jewish population. And they're one of the brightest and most brilliant countries in the entire world.
Yeah.
And it's like, why can't we do that? Why can't we acknowledge all these atrocities that have been committed? And I mean, we're doing it now against every form of immigrant that's here, except for the white ones.
Yeah.
It's like, just acknowledge. I don't know. This is the shit that gets me fucking fired up. And these are the things when you're on stage and you want to talk about it. I look like I vote for the wrong guy every election. And I know that. I fucking know it. I mean, I got a joke about looking like an ICE agent, and that's my biggest fear right now. And it's the truth. I don't like to look like, I can't change how I look.
Yeah.
But I can change how I think. I can change how I feel. I can change how I act. You know, but to people that are coming to a comedy show, it's always a white dude that wants to yell, Trump, this, that, blah, 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 MAGA, whatever. And it's like, God help you if you fucking say that during my show, because I will eviscerate you. I will fucking throttle you till you leave.
It's always the like ignorant motherfuckers that got the most to say and the loudest. It's like, yeah.
That was a quote that I heard years ago. It's the loudest voice has the least to say.
Yeah.
And it is the God's honest truth. And I mean, if you look at Trump and you look at all these other fucking douchebag white dudes, that's all they're saying. I don't even like Trump. Trump is like a figurehead to me. Like he's fucking Mr. Magoo. You know, somebody's got his hand up his ass because he is just a puppet. I want to go at who they should go after. Obviously, Stephen Miller.
Yeah,
but it's that
what a fucking another dweeb, bro.
It's the two dudes.
Hegseth sucks.
Hegseth is going to be gone too. No, I want to see them go after Scott Bessent.
Oh man,
and I want to see them go after what's his name, Hasker, that other little fucking hemorrhoid with glasses. Because he sits in there and smiles and it's like, oh, you could see the American economy is coming back. Everybody's
just
putting everything on their credit card. Bro. And it's like, yeah, cocksucker, because they can't afford fucking anything.
It's just fucking lies spewing.
Sorry.
Out that. No, I feel you, bro.
So fired up.
It fucking
it's
sucks.
People that look like me that are fucking this country up. And it's like, get a goddamn grip. Let someone else deal with this. Let a woman come in and clean this shit up. Because we need a female president. We need more women in politics to offset these fucking ego-driven cocksuckers.
Yeah,
like,
I agree with
men
that, bro.
Suck, dude. You can't even say we've had a good run. We had years ago, but what have we contributed? What are we doing?
It's been pretty destructive the last fucking, at least in my lifetime.
Men
So many wars and so many,
Yeah.
I don't, that's something that I do think there should be more women in politics. I think that the isms need to be left out of it. I do think that there needs to be some justice brought to those that taking advantage of their, heights in the political system.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way you at least try to keep America being something on the world stage, because we're getting pushed out right now. And it's like, even our like military, even though we still have the most weapons, I would think, we put so much money into it, but even our military is looking bad with what's going on with Iran. They literally got us,
Yeah.
This administration fucking stinks. Like, they went into this war, they started it, and they didn't think about the Strait of Hormuz, which controls, what is it, like, I think 25 or 30% of the world's oil.
Yeah, like 25%.
Bro, that's a quarter of the world's.
Yeah.
And you don't think that's gonna come into play at all?
But that's the whole American way, where it's like, act first, think second. We go in, we don't have a plan, we don't have an exit strategy, we don't have anything. We just expect to dominate, because that's what's happened, and that's why you see our military funding. We spend more on our military funding than the next like fucking 25 countries combined. Why? What is the fucking point of it? We think that we're going to dominate everybody. The problem with Iran right now is that, one, we didn't have a plan, and two, we were grossly egotistical, thinking that Iran is fucking huge.
Yeah.
It is a huge country. This is not like fucking Venezuela. Like, no. It is a massive fucking country.
We left Afghanistan into the hands of the Taliban.
Yeah.
Which we went into that war fighting them.
It's so insane.
And you think you're gonna go? It's
sorry.
It's been one party. It's just been one party.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm for it, because a lot of Democrats are with that bullshit too. There's a lot of war hawks that have been on that side too.
People have taken all that AIPAC money. That's why.
Yeah. So I can't. But the people that I do agree with politically,
yeah,
they're only on one side of the aisle.
Yeah.
It's the Democratic Party. It's the left. It's people like Bernie fucking Sanders. And, you keep calling them every time they're for the people. You hit them with the isms.
Yeah.
But that is the winning strategy right now. I think we need to get back to where we start looking out for the small guy in this fucking country. And like you said before, at least making sure we could buy some fucking boots, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I just find it very funny how years ago there was a Rudyard Kipling quote where it said, "The sun never sets on the British Empire." The America was founded because they left the British Empire. They were like, we want to be on our own. And now we are operating in a different aspect, just like the Brits, where it's like we have all these military bases over the world. I don't see an Italian military base in America. I don't see a German military base. I don't see a Japanese military base in America. Why do we have all these bases all around? Why do we have to be the policemen of the world? Why?
The original revolutionaries would be going to war with us right now. The American revolutionaries that fucking broke away would look at us like, what the fuck? They would be fighting us with tomahawks.
Dude,
they would be fighting themselves. It's like,
if America saw what America was doing, it would invade America and install a new America. And that's fucking bananas. It's just so mind-blowing how we have such an abundant amount of resources in this country, and we are just too stupid, ignorant, and egotistical to provide for everyone. I've been to Europe enough to know that that's a way better quality of life than it is here. And not to say that they don't have their own bullshit. Everybody's got their own fucking problems.
Every part.
But our problems are so much more exacerbated because we don't give a fuck. We don't care. I love that Mamdani one. I love that his 3 picks won.
Yep.
That's what we need.
Yo, before we get out of here, because I think we've been going a little while.
It's been a hot minute, son.
Yeah, we want to
Dang,
get riled up, bro. We're about to start a
Yeah.
fucking rally.
That's no, we can't say rally.
Yeah.
Not with a face like this. You can't say a rally.
No.
A gathering.
You got the alt-right face?
Yeah.
I'm with you, bro. Don't think I'm one of those fucking sellout Cubans that made salsa songs for fucking Trump and got deported.
Great. That's fucking
I'm Cuban too, so I can say that, man.
That's fine. Hey, listen, man. I can't say anything, so you're good.
You with me, bro. But yeah, so as comics, bro, I guess I'll leave it with this because I feel like comedy right now, especially certain people in comedy, you know, at the upper end of it and whatnot, the people that make the most money and shit, have played such a role in politics, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think is like being somebody that does bring, you know, commentary on the political climate and whatnot to the stage? Do you ever think there's a moment where it's too hard, where things seem too serious to make funny? Or what do you think is the responsibility of a comedian? Is it just to be funny? Or how do you balance that out right now? Because I sometimes personally, during this moment with my stage act, I stay away from talking about politics. Yeah. Because I do it on my podcast. I do it. And I feel like if I'm on stage, I'm like, man, I feel like everybody's seeing this right now. What am I going to contribute right now? Let me just talk about some funny. Let me make people feel better at least.
Yeah, I think people come to comedy shows and they have always inherently come to comedy shows so they can forget about their actual life for a little bit and laugh. My whole premise since I've started doing stand-up is to make you laugh, but also make you think. I mean, my blueprint for comedy was George Carlin, Richard Pryor, and Chris Rock. Like those are the, you know,
very thoughtful. The most thoughtful, you would say.
Very thought-provoking. I mean, threading the needle through social issues, threading the needle through human existence. I mean, watching Pryor was one of the reasons why I started to feel more comfortable talking about my own struggles with addiction. And, you know, I think I can only speak to myself. I can be very political, but no one wants to hear the observations of a straight white male. And I learned that 6 years ago during COVID. After June of 2020, with George Floyd, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. So how do you get around that stuff? How do you navigate this new landscape? And I think telling your story, your own personal story, it's authentic to me. And then you can work your observations in that way. You know, I have a lot of like little one-off jokes that I can tag and, you know, kind of tie together that are political, but they come in a very fun way. Like I have a joke about taking a DNA test, and there are political jokes in that. I talk about being scared on the subway, and there are political jokes with that. You know, so I think it's just finding the angle, but I genuinely believe that you want people to think and you want people to laugh. You want people to come back. You want people to be like, I really like that. I was surprised that he was that good, or he was that funny, or I didn't think about it like this. And I think that's how you can generate conversation. People in this country are very quick to not be uncomfortable, or to be comfortable. And maybe that's a global thing. I can't really speak to that. I haven't performed enough all over the world to know. But you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And so talking about these things, you know, it's just something that has to get done. You have to talk about it. It's part of life. And if you don't talk about what's going on in this country, how do you expect us to ever move forward? And that's going back to what we said before. Germany acknowledged the Holocaust. They acknowledged the atrocities that they had, and they were able to move forward. It wasn't graceful. It wasn't beautiful by any means, but they were able to move forward. It's a problem with this country. It's like you can be political, you know, and in the world of Andrew Schultz's and Joe Rogan's and Tim Dillon's, be a fucking Mark Maron.
Yeah.
Be a Mark Maron. Find the absurdity and make it funny. and like talk about it on a real human level. You know, that was one thing that I learned from George Carlin before I ever stepped on stage the first time. He was like, find what drives you nuts and make it funny. And that's how you have to do it. Don't be afraid of the silence. And Patrice O'Neal also said that too.
Patrice O'Neal's one of my favorites.
I
man.
just saw a video, a panel with him and a bunch of other comics. I just posted it on my Instagram. But he had said, I think comedy shows should have 50% of the people laughing
and 50 horrified.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
yes, and it's so true.
It's true.
And why are you horrified? Because you have to confront what we're talking about. People are like, it's that whole idea of NIMBY, not in my backyard, where it's like, it doesn't matter if it's not in your backyard. It will be, because this is how the progression of things are going. You know, when you looked at ICE and rating all those cities, you know, Chicago,
Minnesota.
LA, Minneapolis, it's like, you know, you're like, oh, they're not going to come to New York. And boom, then they're in fucking New York. How is Newark, New Jersey, Delaney Hall a focal point? Why? Because now it is in your backyard. And Newark is a 20-minute drive from here. If there's no traffic and you got a lead foot, that's like 12 minutes away. You're right down the turnpike.
What's that famous quote from, I forgot it was like, oh, when they came, damn, it was about the Nazis.
Yeah.
And it's at the ending is like, when they finally came for me, there was nobody left to speak up.
Yeah.
Because they thought they would never, man, I'm butchering that quote,
no,
but it's such a real quote. If you look at this quote,
yeah,
it's fucking facts.
Yeah. Here, let's just look it up.
Yeah.
I got my phone right here.
Yeah. This shit is the truth.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta fucking acknowledge things, man. Because if you don't stop it at the fucking, if you don't stop it at the beginning, it will fucking tread all over you, bro.
Yeah.
The don't tread on me people been them motherfuckers treading their mouths, bro.
First they came for, that was the thing. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the whole thing. First they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Martin Niemöller.
That's facts.
He was a German pastor.
And that is the truth, man. If you don't speak up and you don't act up,
yeah,
eventually you'll be rolled over, man.
You'll be rolled up.
Yeah. And that's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to roll blunts out here.
Yeah, that's it.
And fight the power, man.
Roll right up, baby. Roll right up.
Yo, Ralph, I think that'll be the end of it, man.
Dope, man.
Thank you for doing this, bro.
Thank you. I didn't want to get out of the thing.
We white guy it. We white guyed it, man.
I couldn't reach. My arm didn't go that far.
That was my fault. I white guyed it, bro. But yo, thank you for doing this, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Where can people find you and shit, man?
You can find me pretty much anywhere and everywhere until TikTok kicks me off for another strike for speaking out against Trump and this administration. You can find me on TikTok at Ralph the Mouth, on Instagram at Ralph the Mouth 81, and my website ralphthemouth.com.
Yo, appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me.
Keep talking your shit, man. Hey. And I'll see you soon, man.
As long as they keep letting me do it.
Yeah, that's what we got. That's our power right there, man. Everybody, I'll see you soon. There's been another life plot, man. Another plot point on the journey. And I'll see you next week, man.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
It was dope. Thank you.
The question, really, I guess I'm trying to get at is...